If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button. It really does help the video out, even if I don't deserve it because I'm terrible at video games. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for absolutely no reason, the link for that is down below. And if you do need any coins, head over to u7buystore.com. Use the code TVM at checkout for a discount. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of the FM Road to Glory. It is time, and the negotiation is complete. If I had to guess, because I haven't recorded every single second, if I had to guess, this would probably be the 30th, maybe even the 40th job application that I had submitted, and only 2 teams got back to me with an interview. The first one, in fact, they both came on the same day. First one was Scunthorpe, believe it or not, and then Tranmere. Now, Scunthorpe are in the Vanarama. I looked at it and I was like, I'm going to go for Tranmere. And I am going to hope that Tranmere come back and say, you are the man to take us forward, because they currently reside in League 2. We'll go through where we are with Cumbrae Celtic in just a second. There's a cup that we're still in for now, because we've just drawn the hardest team possible. And we're still in the hunt for a European place. We may be in the hunt for the title, but I'm not sure. When I accept this job, not if, when, we are going to League 2. I hope they don't get relegated. They are in a rather precarious situation. We'll talk about that. But we will see out the season at Cumbrae Celtic. I am not going to leave them at this point in the season to go and join Tranmere. They said they wanted me immediately. I said no, I want to go at the end of the season. I owe it to my club, blah, blah, blah. And I do, in a way. I'm very happy to be moving. But I did want to finish the season because we are in a position where we can actually win another trophy, and we may be able, probably not, but may be able to push for the title. So, Tranmere have offered a 1-year contract on a 1.2k per week salary to take the managerial job at Prenton Park, believing you to be the ideal person to replace ex-manager Sol Campbell. Well. So, transfer budget will have £375,000, which we're not going to be used to at all, and our wage budget is going to be astronomically bigger than the one that we are currently used to. I think we currently run a wage budget of £2,400 a week. We are going to move up to £35,500 a week. Now, obviously, the wages are going to be bigger, and transfer budget-wise, it looks insane, but we're probably not going to be able to sign many, if any, players with that for the level that we're going to need. Now, I am going to accept it, and I'm going to hope that they stick to the agreement that I wanted to see out my season at Cumbrae Celtic and start. I think it's July the 1st. I'll go on. In terms of the current season, obviously they're not judging my potential because I'm not going to be there. They were 15th in League 2. Which is a bit precarious. I think it was 4 points between them and the relegation zone, which ironically is Newport. Why is that ironic? Cumbrae and Newport are like literally next to each other. This is the one that I didn't really understand though. The season that I take over, they want me, a team who are struggling against relegation this season, they want me to go up automatically to League 1. What? I think they need to reevaluate their expectation, but I couldn't exactly say to them, no, I think you're being unrealistic. This is the first job interview I've been given. I had to just agree to anything and everything, and we'll worry about it later. There is a very strong chance I'll get sacked as Tranmere manager, but let's start the negotiation. I say start, I'm literally going to say, yeah, I'll take it. Percentage of club compensation required for managerial role, 90%. And then the wage, I don't care about the wage. I wonder if I can knock the wage, because the wage means nothing. I've played manager games in the past, not Football Manager, not Championship Manager, not even Premier Manager, but some other random managers, Fantasy Manager and things like that, that you can actually buy houses and cars and actually use the money that you earn, because I don't really see that earning money in this game means anything. The reason I'm putting that down is to A, save the club some money, but also I'm going to see if they'll give me a 2-year contract. Very acceptable terms. Right, so we have a 2-year contract, which, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really mean an awful lot if we're going to go on to not win games. So Tranmere look forward to your arrival, which means, yes, duration. We will start our job on the 2nd of June, which I believe is enough to see us to the end of the season. It would be very annoying if we have a cup game in June for some reason. But I don't know how the fans are going to react to that, if at all. Oh well, thought Morgan was doing a decent job. Not devastated to hear he's leaving though. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate that. Just me who thinks this is asking for trouble. If Morgan isn't committed, he should leave already. I mean, I have gone. 2 hours ago, I'd gone by then, so that was... They don't really care. Bit disappointed. So, let's have a look at Tranmere. Tranmere Rovers. One of the reasons why I wanted to go for Tranmere is not just because I've applied for a lot of jobs. I don't apply for every job. I don't just go apply all. I pick and choose. Tranmere was a club that interested me because, of course, they are in Liverpool area. And we always make a joke about there are only 2 teams, or 3 teams, sorry, in Liverpool. Liverpool Reserves and Tranmere. And, of course, we're talking about Everton being shite. But they've dropped to 20th. That is not good news. Luckily for us, they're literally 2 points above the relegation zone. No disrespect to Everton, by the way. Just want to point out, I do actually quite like Everton, even as a Liverpool fan. I'm not meant to, but I kind of do. And I really don't want them to get relegated, if that's any consolation, because I like beating them. So, yeah, I say we, because we are Tranmere now. We're only 2 points clear of... I just noticed the top goal scorer in the league is a Tranmere player, formerly of Celtic, and he looks absolutely horrific. He's got 8 finishing, although he does have good composure. Honestly, right, if he was in my team in Cumbrae Celtic, he probably wouldn't start, which is just crazy, because the second tier of, or League 2 in England is so much better than the Welsh Premier League. But, yeah, currently 20th. I'm hoping that with, 9 games left of the season, they are able to stay up. I'm really hoping Newport can stay up as well, but I really hope Tranmere can stay up. We may have taken charge of a team that will be in the Vanarama. I could have taken control instantly and left it in my own hands, but like I said, I wanted to finish the season with Cumbrae Celtic. I've waffled on a lot. I have a lot of games left. We play TNS in the league next. I'll talk about that in a second, but we play them again in a couple of weeks' time when we enter the Welsh Cup semi-final. Now, I'd like to finish strong here, so I would really like to win as many, if not all, of the games between now and the end of the season. We had a really good run. We got absolutely obliterated 4-1 against Bangor. I really don't understand what happened in that game. Everyone was fit. There was no change or anything. And we just didn't turn up and they slapped us. And then we turned it back around again. It's been a little bit touch and go. Precarious is the word I like to use. In terms of the league, we're not likely to win the league now. We are 8 points adrift. But if we can beat TNS now, we'll be 5 points adrift. And if they lose... You get the idea. There is a chance. It's unlikely, but there is a chance. Without any further ado, let's get into that. Well, I say let's get into that. I'm going to come back at some point, but I don't know when. This may not mean anything, but we have just gone a goal up with around 5 or 6 minutes left of this game against TNS. We have been the better team. They haven't had a sniff. I say that. Will we hang on? I hope we do. That is a 1-0 win. We've beaten them twice after the split now. Clough with a penalty. Virtue had a goal disallowed that looked perfectly fine to me. They said it was offside. He wasn't offside, I'm sorry. Not having it for a second. But justice prevailed. We got the 1-0 win. I still don't think it's going to mean an awful lot, but it sort of, I don't know, it just makes me happy that we've beaten them back to back. And we are a little bit off it, and they need to lose again, and then maybe even again, and there's not that many games left. But I'm happy that we've managed to just beat TNS 1-0, and of course, like I said, we beat them after the split. I think it was 2-0. There was the split, Colwyn Bay. That was the cup game, but the Flint Town no, not Flint. Haverfordwest was the last game before the split. Then we came up against TNS after the split and beat them 2-0. So very, very happy about that. If we can beat Connors Quay, and maybe Connors Quay can take points off TNS, and I'm really hoping that Bangor can take points off TNS as well. Those are the only 2 teams, in my opinion, that are capable of taking points off TNS. And I believe they have those games left to play. So, yeah, they play Connors Quay last game of the season, and they play Bangor as well. Haverfordwest are capable. but maybe not. See, as you can see, Bangor did take points off them. They beat Connors Keith 5-2. I mean, this is a very good team. It's unlikely that anyone will take points off them, but I can hope. Things are getting a little bit on the exciting side now. I'm not saying that TNS will lose between now and the end of the season, but they have slipped up against Haverfordwest. And as you can see by the league, we are level on games, we are level on goal difference, and we are just 3 points behind. Meaning, if we can continue our good run of form and keep picking up 3 points, and they lose just one game, we're there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it may be happening through the help of a referee by the looks of things, because Bangor got a penalty at the 12th, and then they scored to make it 2-0. Then TNS brought one back to make it 2-1, and then somehow in the space of 12 minutes, Bangor went on to score twice. I would assume that TNS went for it, and they started throwing people forward because they were 2-1 down and they needed the goals. And then they just got exposed at the back. Bangor are a very good team going forward. They beat us 4-1 or 4-0 as well. So even though I am surprised TNS have lost, I'm not as surprised because it's Bangor who have done it. It'll be interesting to see how TNS recover from that. Incidentally, they just beat us in the Cup semi-final. So we have been knocked out to TNS in the Cup. It would have been nice to be able to get through to the final against Bala, who are the other team who've made it. And then it would have been really nice to go on from there and potentially win the Cup, and then maybe even leapfrog TNS in the league, which would have been the absolute dream, to win the treble to end my season. However, we've been knocked out, so the treble's no longer possible. The double, though, the double is very much on. So I've got no idea what is happening to TNS, but they have just lost 5-1 at home to Bala Town. Now, the frustrating thing about this is that we actually lost to Haverfordwest 2-0. We were useless. And now we're in exactly the same situation again, whereby if we win our next game, we go top on goal difference. The problem is that Bangor also are in exactly the same situation. They have one drawn, lost, and have the exact same goal difference that we do. That may not be a problem, though, as the next game we play is against Bangor themselves as well. So the winner of this next game has potentially won the league. Billy Hawthorne has just put us 1 goal ahead against Bangor. They've started pretty well. They've had a couple of chances in the first couple of minutes. However, we are the ones that have struck first. Ball played forward. It's on the volley as well with his left, and he beats the keeper at the near post. We are into yet another highlight. 10 minutes on from the goal. It's been very quiet and cagey, to be fair. Not many shots on target in general. Here's Orford. Clough plays it back to Orford, who's through on goal. Too many times he does that. Too many times. We are top of the league with 1 game to go after this, but we need to win this first. Another highlight. Here's Bangor coming forward. Fleming is having to play at centre-back for the 2nd game in a row due to a suspension to... I can't remember his name. He's in Aliens. What's his name? Can't remember. Either way, ball played forward from Brown Sterling to Holmes. It's gone back to the centre-back. I can feel a Bangor goal coming here. This is what they do. They pass it patiently, they break, they play the ball in, and they score. Ugh, frustrating stuff. 10 goals for him this season, 1-1 on the day. A draw, by the way, is pointless for both teams. A draw would actually be the worst result possible for both sides here, because it means that TNS remain top, and I tell you now, there is no way TNS are going to lose 3 in a row. It will be the first time that they've lost 3 in a row since the opening weekend of the league. Too many times he does that. It really, I mean, why? How? Why? We have a corner. Redmond plays it in. Fleming near post. It comes out to Jones. To Virtue, who's been quite quiet in this game. There's Orford. What? Misses sitters all day. Scores the weirdest goal from the edge of the area. That is such a strange goal. How does it make any sense? Virtue plays it out to him. Yeah, sure, he's got loads of room. But he's just passed it. And he's beat the keeper. I mean, that is absolutely shocking goalkeeping at the near post. It puts us back at the top of the table, though. Can we see this game out now. We've got another highlight. I don't want to go defensive because every time I've gone defensive in this game this year, it just hasn't worked and we've conceded. And the last thing we want here is to not win this game. Oh dear, they've got the ball, they're doing what they do, play it patiently, they've given it away though, so have we, fantastic. If we concede here, I've got bad vibes. Green plays it forward, oh, he's done an Orford, that's what I'm going to call it from now on, he has done an Orford. We have a highlight, Orford has actually just gone off, I took him off, I can't be bothered with his missing one-on-ones anymore. He is the goal scorer and he's probably the best player on the team. But, well, apart from Virtue. Here's McCarthy. Can he play the ball in? Clough's been quiet in this game. I will say he's tried to play through Orford a couple of times, but it hasn't really worked out. And he is kind of like the lead striker at the moment. He's the advanced forward because he's better than Winter Coles, who's just come on for Orford. Ball played down to Redmond, who's very capable. Come on, that is a big goal. Big goal. I can't shout. It is quite late and the wall is quite thin and next door have children. I don't care too much. But, yeah, that is a big goal. That could be the difference between leaving this club as a champion or leaving it as a runner-up. Very good goal from Redmond. Let's skip and see if it's enough. I would like to win it not on goal difference, but, you know, winning it is winning it. Another highlight, if we score again here, that's game over. If they score, it's going to leave me with a bit of brown trousers toward the last sort of 9 minutes or so. Just need to hope that they just give it away randomly, but I don't think they're going to. Williams goes for it. Jordan Williams with a great goal, only his 4th of the season. Oh dear. We're into the final 5. Thought I would come back for this because we've just beaten Bangor 3-2. Wow. That was tough. There were times where I thought we were going to start running away with it, and then they kept clawing us back. Clough had a bit of an indifferent game. We finished the game with that formation. I brought Williams on for Winter Coles, who came on for Orford, so I do feel bad for him. But we needed to just shore up that midfield, and it worked for the final 10-20 minutes, or 10-15 minutes. So there we go. This is what it comes down to. We play Bala at home, which is big. TNS play Connors Quay away from home. It kind of doesn't matter what TNS do. Obviously, it matters if we don't beat Bala. But we are at the top of the split, they are at the bottom of the split. It is still technically possible for Bangor to win the league if we don't win, TNS don't win, and they beat Haverfordwest. What an end to the season this is. We are guaranteed, I say we have made it so that Cumbraen are guaranteed European football next season without us. We will move on to Tranmere and be playing at the very bottom. Haven't even checked Tranmere actually, they could be relegated. Hopefully we'll be playing in the bottom of the League 2, but we could end up being Vanarama. I'll have to check that after this game, but this is it. This is what it comes down to. Now, we did have an injury to one of our players in training. Now, fortunately, it wasn't a starting 11-man. It was Williams who tends to come on at central midfield instead of Hughes, sometimes instead of Redmond, kind of, you know, they switch in and out. But it just means that we don't really have a great centre midfield player on the bench anymore. As it stands, we've won the league. Blow the whistle, ref. We just need to win. Honestly, a 1-0 win is fine here. And we need to keep an eye on Connors Quay and TNS more than anything else. Bangor are 1-0 up. That doesn't do anything to us yet. Unless Bala score. Now, ball's been played forward to Redmond. It's been played into the area. We have the ball again. And now we are the favourites to win this game. And Hawthorn has squandered what I would class to be a pretty decent chance. Yeah, we are the favourites, which doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. We've been the underdogs against TNS twice this season and beaten them twice. We have a corner here with Redmond. Ball played in towards... Oh, my God. Orford with a header over the bar. So long as TNS don't score, we are fine. It doesn't matter how many goals Bangor score. We are good. They've had an injury to Savage. That is half-time. I've just been looking at the score the entire first half, but what a dull first half. Neither side have had a shot on target, which is worrying, to be honest. 1 goal from TNS, and this comes crashing down. We're back out for the second half. Bala have a corner. I do not want to see Bala anywhere near my goal. That is not where we want the ball to be. And guess where the ball is? Ball played over Davis with a good save, or good claim, I should say. Can we build from the back? Maybe a long ball over to Orford. He's looking at it. He rolls it out to Snell. I'm sorry. What? What? How is that possible? You can't... That's a foul, first. I mean... There's so many things wrong with that. A, why has he just dwelled on it? Then the next thing is he's kicked him. Literally kicked him in the shins. Oh, if we don't win the league because of that, oh my days. Oh, I'm not happy. Come on, Connors Key. Oh, Christ, that is not good news. Oh, if we lose this... Oh, my days. Are we really going to lose this? 20 minutes to go. Connors Key 0, TNS 0. We are losing. We just need a goal. We need a goal, and that's it now. They've had 3 shots on target. We haven't managed 1 shot on target. We've gone full Bayern Munich, but we need a goal badly. They have the ball in our half again. It's going to count. We have just lost the league. The only thing that can save us now is a goal from Connors Key. That is the only way we are going to win this league. I've gone full attack mode and it's just not happening. We've conceded again. We need to score 2 in the last 14 minutes, or Connors Key need to score. Hawthorne with the ball through to Clough. Oh my days. Had he scored that, you never know. Come on, Connors Key. This is agonising. This is City Man United all over again. Ball played in. Hawthorne back to Clough. Oh my god, if he'd scored the first one and the second one, it would have been 2-2. What's happening? I don't know. Nothing. Connors Key need to score, man. They really do. I mean, this game is dead and buried. I might as well just give up on this. I mean, we've basically thrown everything forward. Clough is through again. Scores. 4 minutes. Oh my goodness. 2 fullbacks are on, and they are now complete wing-backs as actual wing-backs, not as fullbacks. We are playing with 2 centre-backs. We are all forward. Clough with a good turn, and he has scored a very good goal, but it will still count for nothing unless we can get a second, or if Connors Key can score. This could be it. Hughes, Hawthorne, Clough, ball over the top to Andrews, who's on as a sub. Ball played into the area. Oh, he's onside. I want to scream, but I can't. I cannot believe that's just happened. 91 minutes, Clough over the top to Andrews, who's on as a sub. I love that guy, honestly. Ball played in, and it's the most awkward goal you'll ever see. Oh, now the question remains, do we put it back to the way it was, or do we keep it the way it is? I've changed it. I'm not completely defensive. We're on cautious, I think. No, we're just on balanced. What an end. That is, honestly, that is the most dramatic end to a season I have ever had on Football Manager. And not just this year, I mean any Football Manager. That was absolutely insane. We are champions, but not only are we champions, my God, that is something that you'd have to, like, save scum about 40 times to get it to that perfect, like literally needle and thread distance between the two teams. I think we've only beaten them on goal difference by about 4 or 5 goals. They have drawn 0-0 against Connors Key. Had they beaten Connors Key 1-0, they would have won the league. We failed to beat Bala, a team that we are 10 times better than. Clough has had an off game again. Edwards has come on as a sub and scored the winner, and it was the most awkward goal you'll ever see. I cannot believe that is how it ends. We are champions, we've done the double, and we can finally say... I mean, that, honestly, right, that is something that takes so much... I mean, that's luck, right? We've done well, but it has been a lot of luck. TNS had a very bad start to the season. They lost their opening 3, I think, and they dropped points periodically. And then, of course, the last 3 games of the season, they dropped points in every game, and they got battered, which helped our goal difference massively. Had they only lost those games 1 or 2-1, 2-0, we probably wouldn't have won that on goal difference. We probably still would have finished second. So it's all from the very beginning of the season to right on the final day come down to that such narrow margin. That is unbelievable, and that is so much fun. And what a way to say farewell to Cwmbran Celtic. So, I appreciate this video is unbelievably long, so we're just going to skip through this as fast as possible. But the next time you see me, we will be manager of Tranmere. But having said that, we need to know which division we're going to be managing in. So actually, what we're going to do is skip through this end of season briefing, moments to remember thing. So, biggest win, Aberystwyth 5-0. It was actually nice to beat Aberystwyth 5-0 because they are our bogey team and we struggled to beat them. So to beat them 5-0, brilliant. Honestly, this season was perfect. And then we beat Flint Town 3-1, and goal of the season came from Williams in the 87th minute. I know you think, just watch it. I'm not going to because we need to skip through it. This video is going to be far too long. Zach Clough's form really, really upset me, to be honest. Jack Orford got 22 goals this season. Billy Hawthorne is a very good player, and he got 11 goals with 7 assists. Zach Clough, 10 goals, 8 assists. Good, but he is by far the best player in that team. And he just did not show up half the time. He had game after game after game at some point during it. He had a run of like 5 or 6 where he did nothing. And I was just subbing him off because he just wasn't doing anything. And he was on the most money, and he was a player that I actually couldn't believe we managed to sign. And yet, he just didn't really do anything. It was really weird. Orford goes into the Hall of Fame. Hawthorne goes into the Hall of Fame. Reese is still there, John's still there, Andrews on that right-hand side. McCarthy makes his way. Perry, for some reason, is there. Oliver Davis is by far better. We need to have a look. The council, by the way, keep blocking the expansion to the stadium, and they cannot afford to move, so they're never going to make any money. Oh my days. That's Champions League for you, right? So the budget for next season for the manager coming in will be £5,000 a week and £100,000 spend. Now, compare that to what we have at Tranmere, 35,500 wage, 375 transfer budget is, worlds apart. But the fact that they have 100,000 to spend, whoever comes in needs to use that wisely. They have an extra 1,000 or so on the wage, which is a lot of money, but 100,000 in transfer budget is huge. Now, are we in the Vanarama or are we in League Two? Oh, they've done really well. They've clawed their way out of it. I don't know if that's the season finished. No, there's 2 games left. They're up into 17th and they're safe. They are 10 points clear of Stockport. Newport nearly safe. I kind of want them to stay in there. But yeah, Tranmere have done well. Jonathan Afolabi? We're going to call him Afolabi, right? So Jonathan Afolabi, going to be our main striker next season if I decide to keep him. Honestly, on paper, he just doesn't look that great. But he's got a decent jumping reach and good heading, and I think I'm going to go back to that sort of using crossing and set pieces and stuff. So he probably will play for a good chunk of it. But, I think we've got a good basis there. If the manager in charge at the moment, the caretaker, can actually pick them up and do that well, and the top goal scorer in the league plays for us, there's absolutely no reason why we can't compete at the top of the table. But that's for another episode. That's going to be in the next one. What a way to end this season as Cwmbran Celtic manager. Very, very happy with the way that went. Did we have any... I don't think we had anyone anywhere near. Oliver Davis clean sheets, 14. See what I'm saying? Very good goalkeeper. Maybe not at the level we're about to go into, but yeah, very pleased considering we didn't have anyone in the top of anything apart from the clean sheets. We've done remarkably well to win the league. I don't think they're going to be able to do that again next season. If you have enjoyed that though and you're looking forward to the next episode, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, goodbye.